king and queen in the ring. We came first to the pre-show because it was a women's tag match, and I wanted to support that. So we had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This match came out because, they kind of gotten Belair's face on SmackDown the night before. I'm fine with them doing this sort of match. Be like, it's in the pre-show. Yeah, just another pre-show. And, of course, they're not the number one contenders because they didn't win a Fatal 4-Way. And I'm like, I'm okay with this. This match was good. I will say, now, we do all make mention that Jade Cargill isn't quite like singles, long match. She's not quite there yet. But she's getting there. Their last tag match, when you've got like a Dakota Kai and a Kairi Sane, they're much faster wrestlers. This one being Candice LeRae, tremendous amount of experience, real ring general. And Indy Hartwell, who also does a slightly slower ring stock because she's a powerhouse, makes for a much easier, style of match for them to get accustomed to. Great opener. Of course, the champs retained. No big shock there. I love the fact that Bianca and Jade come out in to their own theme songs, but in matching-esque outfits. When they do their promos, they seem to be having a ton of fun together. There's a lot of really solid chemistry. And I was like, And even I commented, they're like, Jade's new to this, but this is great for Belair too, because she gets to be the person who's teaching somebody. And when you teach somebody, it really helps you relearn it too, which is a great combination. Solid match, great opener. I'm like, all right, let's get off to an amazing start. Then we go into the event proper. Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan. This match was okay. There were some moments where there's some miscommunication. I wouldn't say it was sloppy or botchy. There's some moments where you kind of went, I don't think that's what they wanted to have happen there. We also had two when Candice LeRae went to do a moonsault while Indy Hartwell held Jade Cargill. And you can tell that, Candice wasn't over enough and kind of did more like, hit like her head more on Indy than she did get a nice, which you're like, okay, that move like that makes sense. It's complicated. Multiple people are moving, bounce off the ropes. But there's some moves I'm just kind of like, Lynch is better than this. And Liv, this is her best characterization in quite some time. But I don't get it. Her promos are okay. Her in-ring work is fine. But I know it's the best of bad situation. Supposed to be Rhea Ripley, who got injured. Then they do a battle royal, they give a new champ. They put the belt on Becky Lynch, who's supposed to be at home with her husband right now for the majority of this time. So they had to kind of pivot, like, okay, well, Seth is home for a while. Becky, can you be on the road? Can you be our champion a little bit so we can do this and try to keep things moving forward with it? And Liv is the new champion because Dominic Mysterio got involved. It's like, okay, as long as I can do enough to just kind of be like, yes, Liv, you're holding the title until Mommy comes back. That's pretty much what it is. She's the belt warmer until Rhea is healthy again. And the problem too with Rhea being the main focus of the division for such a long time is no one's really been built up as another decent, credible contender for the title, with Nia being over on SmackDown. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll do the rematch with Becky Lynch and Liv. We'll see where we go from there. Triple threat match. It's very rare that wrestlers have two homes, and Sami does. This match was very well paced, but then again, it's Chad Gable, Big Bronson Reed, and Sami Zayn. You could probably tell these guys 5 minutes in advance, oh, you've 20 minutes, okay, triple threat, yeah. Just do what you gotta do. Call it in the ring, do whatever. And they would have a fantastic match. Bronson Reed has this great big man thug who also flies. His dive to the outside was great. Crowd, ridiculous behind Sami. I love when they do like a stationary camera, and it's like, here's the crowd. And the camera's shaking because the crowd's so loud. And I was like, oh, I love it. The bits with Otis. Love the storytelling. Where Otis, he attacked Big Bronson Reed. Great. Goes to attack Sami Zayn. Hesitates. Ends up wiping out Chad Gable. Sami Zayn looked amazing in this. That Blue Thunder Bomb to Bronson Reed was fantastic. Great visual. Amazing to see him hit it. I was like, oh, great. You get the pinfall on Big Bronson Reed, so with him Chad could be like, well, I didn't get pinned in the triple threat, just because of Otis got involved. I'm like, hey, if you want to run this back at Clash of the Castle, I'm cool with that. That's good. They have great chemistry. It's a solid match. It's a good feud. Okay, let's keep it going. Now we get to our first royalty match. Lyra versus Nia. Nia's had a solid run since she came back. Lyra, a lot of people are like, well, she's won too many matches. She's been undefeated on the 3 weeks that she was there. But, if you want to take someone like this is an NXT person, they were a champion, they're important, they mean something. You can do this. You can have them run a hot streak where they run through all damage control. And that can functionally be your story. It's like, oh, she ran through damage control, then she lost. Can she still do damage control? Yes, of course. Her match at the Io Sky was done very well. Do that again. You could have Shayna Baszler involved. I mean, there's enough people you can do something with Lyra to have that be the feeder to then the story with Liv. I'm like, okay, cool with that. The finish. Whoever went for the idea of, okay, so we're going to have Lyra try to powerbomb Nia Jax. Okay. But Jackson comes out and hit the Annihilator. I mean, I saw it and I was like, oh, she's dead. She's dead. That's it. I expected to see Lyra like Mortal Kombat, like squirt in 2 directions. And that's it. She's done. That's it. Skull and spinal column one way, viscera mass the other way. Just, and I was like, whoever booked that, like, here's the finish. They went back and they're like, it's what now? Yeah, you're with a power bomb, and nice just flop on you. 3 count. Nia Bailey, I'm cool with it. I think that works really well. I mean, damage control is on a different show. Bailey needs, some really solid contenders. And Nia's been an absolute beast. I'm fine with that. Bailey's had good matches with Naomi, with Tiffany Stratton. Having to be Nia Jax, have that be the person who's waiting off in the distance for SummerSlam. I'm fine with that. That's great. That makes you a nice story from where you are here through Clash of the Castle to there. Boom. Cool. Orton and Gunther. I want to see this match again. Styles make matches, 2 methodical, thinking, brutal wrestlers. Yeah, the match wasn't incredibly fast. It didn't need to be, because you have 2 guys where it's like, I do a chop because it hurts you. I drop because it hurts you. Everything I do is to wear you down. Orton, everything is to wear you down. Working the headlock was great. It's like, this is the way to wear your opponent down. This is what these guys do. 2 guys whose whole motive is, I don't wear you down. I've got, for Randy, I have a snap finisher, hit anywhere. With Gunther, it's like, I have 4 finishers. All I can do is find the time to get you with one. The first RKO, but Orton had so beaten up he couldn't make the pin. I'm like, this is good. I like this. The second one, again, his leg was so damaged he went for the pin, but he couldn't put his weight on it. And then there was the crucifix pin, where it's like 1, 2, Randy's shoulder is obviously up, 3. And I was like, oh. When they showed the replays coming from behind, all the replays from a different angle. They did talk about it though on the YouTube, where it was like, Triple H was like, I was out there from my angle, I didn't see it. He watched the stuff back, and he was like, yeah, it does appear that his shoulder is up. Ref decision is final. He's like, but when Randy is in good shape, I think they want to run it back. And I was like, oh. Gunther Priest could be amazing. However, before we get there, Drew McIntyre is cleared. So Drew McIntyre will take on Damian Priest. And I was like, Drew can beat Damian Priest in July, Clash of the Castle. Because August is SummerSlam. Drew Gunther for the title? Yes, please. And since Gunther's available in July, I wouldn't mind seeing Orton and Gunther at Clash of the Castle. Just throwing it out there. But Gunther won, cool. Like where this is going with this, you had a SmackDown winner and a Raw winner. You've got 2 stories pre-built going into SummerSlam. Awesome. Main event, Logan Paul in another championship match in Saudi Arabia against Cody Rhodes. Great. The athleticism of Logan Paul is fantastic. He is taken to this like a duck to water. just really good at it. His heel work is fantastic. And the moment they turned him from face to heel, and it's like the crowd boos him. Why? He's not a wrestler, the crowd hates him. They went with it. It's good. The prenuptial agreement, I thought was fantastic. I liked it. It's just goofy enough. And then he didn't have Nux on him. He got it from one of his streamer multi-millionaire stooges. They got involved. They used him. They used Prime bottles. Having the guest ring announcer, who was also, you know, like a local celebrity, get involved. You know, 3 Crossroads. I was like, this is a great match. Paced really well. You know, Cody does face and apparel, fantastic. Cody retained, duh. But well done. I was like, it was a solid event. You had, you know, the ending of the Orton Gunter match was poor, and I just don't. Liv doesn't do anything for me. Sorry. But it's her division now, so let's see what she does with it.